just got done recording and I killed it. And then I realized I didn't have the screen facing me, so I didn't realize it was out of focus. I didn't realize it was cutting off my head like here, and my teeth looked enormous. I don't have enormous teeth, so back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board is where we are. What is going on, guys? I am Steve Harper. If you are new around here, I help turn ordinary connections into extraordinary relationships. How do I do that? I work with individuals and organizations to help them identify, develop, and grow the key relationships they depend on for their success. I do this through a methodology I call the ripple effect, based on a book I wrote called The Ripple Effect. You can find me, Steve Harper, The Ripple Effect. I won't pimp the book, but feel free to order it from my website. I'll personalize it and send it to you. Had somebody come up to me and ask me why I was so passionate about the ripple concept. And of course, I have given in countless interviews and in prior videos and podcasts, sort of the business background of why this concept is important, why it is an investment worth making if you're running a company, because customer relationships is important, and employee relationships are important. Having a strategy for how you cultivate and develop those into something meaningful relationships is an art form, and I have become super passionate about diving headlong into that. But I got to think about this question from a different angle, which is, Steve, why is it important to you? I've said previously that I'm introverted and shy. I know, shocker! And people are not my jam. People have always been a mystery to me. But I've always been fascinated by why or how people actually do what they do in the world. Why some people seem to just have it all figured out and are far more successful than others. Why some people have an air of confidence and just credibility even before they open their mouth. And I'm always fascinated by the depth of networks that some of my favorite entrepreneurs have. They can get answers whenever they need it, to any problem, to any issue, to any challenge. And I love that. And I love teaching people why it's important, because as an introvert, showing people the way, this is the way, as they would say in The Mandalorian. Anyway, this is the way to a better, more enriching life. This is a way to a more beneficial and successful career. This is a way to actually recognize why we have a purpose for being here. And when I express why it's important to me, I've looked at all of those factors. But I'll let you in on a little secret. It's that and then some. Really, the then some is really what I want to talk about, which is I grew up in an environment where you really weren't encouraged to talk or speak up. We grew up with teachers that, weren't the most supportive. I had some great teachers along the way that pulled this out of me, but the vast majority of them just didn't want to hear my voice or any student's voice. I had parents that fought continually. I had turmoil because my next closest sibling is 10 years older than me, which means by the time I knew what was up, they were teenagers, and you have the chaos of a house full of teenagers, right? 2 girls living in the same room and an older boy who didn't like any of his siblings, right? It was challenging. To find my place in the world was challenging. But the one thing I knew coming out of high school is I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I had a revelation that as a shy, introverted person, this was going to be extremely hard and difficult for me, right? I had to find a way to make an impact on the people who I might want to do business with one day. So I kept my ears open. I peeled my eyes open for opportunity for these people. I kept them peeled. How did I just say that? I just butchered that altogether. I kept my ears tuned and my eyes peeled. That's what I meant to say. And contributed very little, but when I did contribute, I had something significant to say, a connection, an idea, or a solution to a problem. And slowly but surely, this built up my relationships. This built up some of my strongest connections that turned into very profitable and meaningful relationships for me. And so I am passionate about this because it has given me a new lease on life. It's given me different perspectives and different ways to grow my businesses. It's given me unlimited resources should I need it. It gives me people who will be there to pick me up when things aren't going well, and they will be there to celebrate my successes without feeling jealous about whatever it is that I've done that they have not. That is why I get excited about this concept. The Ripple movement is about true, authentic relationships. It's about being intentional about our actions every single day. And honestly, it's about making a difference in other people's lives. And so whether you're extroverted or introverted, we all love the feeling of giving in some capacity and seeing the ripple of our action impact another person, impact an organization, impact the way people view us, trust us, and want to be around us. It's the greatest high you could ever experience. So that's why I'm passionate about it. And that is why when I think of that question, for me, it is personal. Me presenting it to you, us having a conversation, or you bringing me in to speak to your company or to your organization, for me to deliver a keynote or a training on this concept, it really just comes down to one burning desire. This concept has changed my life, and I want it to change yours. And I know it can, because it has, and it is one of the most incredible feelings, and it's the best confidence builder you could ever imagine. So that's my story. That's my answer to the question. I don't know necessarily if I've ever shared a lot of that, but there you go. And I would love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear whether you think I'm totally full of crap, or if, hey, now I got a little motivation to dig into this Ripple thing just a little bit. And the best place to start is ripplecentral.com. Go to the website, check out what we're doing there, check out our communities, check out the content, tune into my podcasts, and keep telling me what you want me to make videos on, and I'll do it. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and as always, ripple on. How did I do, Yoda? Yoda says I did well. Yes, yes, yes. Very well you do.